Welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about something that touches every heart that's lived a full and beautiful life. Sentimental items. As we grow older, we find that the things around us carry more than just dust or decoration. They carry our memories. A photograph of our children when they were small, a wedding ring from decades past, or even a postcard from a long-lost friend. These items tell the story of who we are. But sometimes the story becomes too heavy to carry all at once. Minimalism for seniors isn't about throwing those memories away. It's about learning how to handle them with care, both emotionally and practically. The first step to handling sentimental items is to acknowledge the emotions they bring. Each object has its own weight, not just physical but emotional. Some make us smile, others bring tears. When I began decluttering, I found myself holding onto boxes filled with my late husband's belongings. I couldn't bear to part with them, yet keeping them hidden away in the attic felt just as painful. What I learned was that acknowledging those emotions, the love, the grief, the nostalgia, helped me decide what to keep and what to release. When you begin this journey, set a gentle pace. Don't rush yourself or feel pressured to declutter your entire home in one weekend. Handling sentimental items requires patience and compassion toward yourself. You might find that sorting through one drawer or one box at a time is enough. The goal isn't to erase your past. It's to create space in your present. By going slowly, you give yourself permission to reflect on what each object truly means to you. Sometimes, the hardest part isn't deciding what to let go of, but feeling like we're letting go of a part of ourselves. But memories live in our hearts, not in our closets or drawers. I once had a collection of birthday cards from my children and grandchildren. Each one was precious, but keeping all of them in a drawer meant they were rarely seen. So, I chose my favorites, the ones that made me laugh or tear up, and placed them in a small keepsake box. The rest I photographed before letting them go. That way I kept the memory without keeping the clutter. Digitalizing sentimental items can be a beautiful bridge between memory and minimalism. Scanning old photos, letters, or documents allows you to preserve your memories without taking up physical space. My granddaughter helped me upload hundreds of old pictures onto a digital frame that now plays them in a slideshow. Every day I get to see the faces of loved ones, without feeling weighed down by albums stacked in the closet. Technology can help us remember, not replace, the emotions we hold dear. Another way to honor sentimental items is through sharing. When we give a keepsake to someone who understands its meaning, it continues its story. I once gave my daughter my mother's recipe book, filled with handwritten notes and smudges from decades of Sunday dinners. She cherishes it, and I feel peace knowing that piece of my past continues to nourish the future. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means passing love forward. It's also helpful to create rituals around letting go. Light a candle, play soft music, or simply sit quietly as you sort through your belongings. Say a small thank you to each item before releasing it. This act of gratitude transforms decluttering into a mindful experience. I often whispered, "Thank you for being part of my story," before donating or discarding an item. It might sound simple, but it brings closure and warmth to the heart. We often keep things because we fear regret. What if I need this later? What if I forget? These thoughts can trap us in emotional clutter. But think of it this way. By keeping too much, we bury the things that truly matter. When you open your space and let light in, you rediscover your treasures. A home filled with only meaningful items feels calm, open, and alive. Every object has a purpose, every memory a place. One powerful exercise is to ask yourself, does this bring me peace or pain? Some items, though precious, can hold lingering sadness. It's okay to let go of those. The goal is not to erase the past, but to protect your peace. The sentimental items you keep should bring comfort, not heaviness. A peaceful heart is far more valuable than a full attic. I remember when I finally decided to donate my husband's old fishing gear. He loved fishing, but I hadn't used it in years. When I gave it to a local youth group, I saw their joy and excitement. That's when I realized his memory wasn't in the objects. It was in the love he shared through them. Every time those kids go fishing, a piece of his spirit lives on.
That's the true power of letting go with care. Sometimes it helps to create a memory corner, a small designated space in your home where you display a few cherished items.
A single shelf or table can hold framed photos, a souvenir, or a family heirloom. This keeps your memories visible and honored without overwhelming your living space. It turns sentimentality into simplicity, a visual reminder that less can indeed mean more. You may also find it healing to write about your sentimental items. Journaling your memories can transform emotional clutter into meaningful stories. Write about how you felt, what you learned, or who shared those moments with you. Once written, those memories live forever in your words, not in the boxes in your garage. This is one of the most therapeutic forms of decluttering I've ever experienced. Handling sentimental items with care also means being kind to yourself when it feels hard. Some days you'll want to hold on, others you'll feel ready to release. Both are okay. There's no timeline for emotional growth. The process isn't about perfection. It's about progress, about finding balance between remembering and moving forward. One unexpected benefit of simplifying sentimental items is that it helps your loved ones too. When you curate your memories thoughtfully, you spare your family the emotional weight of sorting through things later. It's a gift of clarity and love, a way of saying, "Here's what mattered most to me." That gesture is more powerful than any object you could leave behind. As you continue this journey, remember that minimalism for seniors is not about empty spaces. It's about meaningful ones. It's about creating a home that reflects your current life, not just your past. When you walk into your living room and see only items that warm your heart, you'll feel lighter, freer, and more at peace. I've found that when you let go of what no longer serves you, life gives you room for new memories. You may find joy in fresh experiences, spending time with friends, traveling, or simply enjoying a sunny afternoon without the burden of clutter. The memories you make now will someday become your most precious keepsakes. In truth, sentimental items are never really gone. Their meaning stays with us, stitched into our stories, our laughter, and the lessons we pass on. The love they represent doesn't vanish when we declutter. It deepens and grows, taking new shapes in our hearts and families. If you take anything from today's conversation, let it be this: you can honor your memories without being buried by them. You can hold love and let go at the same time. Handling sentimental items with care is not just about tidying your home. It's about healing your soul and finding peace in what remains. There's also something profoundly spiritual about this process of releasing. Many of us have lived long enough to see how possessions come and go, but love and memory remain eternal. When I gave away my old wedding china to a young couple just starting their life together, I realized the beauty of continuation. My story blended into theirs, and what once symbolized my beginnings now became theirs. Minimalism for seniors isn't just about simplifying. It's about giving new life to what once held meaning, transforming nostalgia into generosity. You may encounter resistance from family members who don't understand why you want to let go of certain things. They may see your belongings as family history, while you see them as emotional weight. When that happens, try to have an honest, loving conversation. Explain that you're not rejecting your family's past, but choosing peace and clarity for your present. Sometimes inviting them to choose one or two items to keep helps bridge that emotional gap. It allows them to hold on to the family legacy without burdening you with every box of the past. In many ways, this act of mindful decluttering is a form of self-care. As we grow older, we realize that caring for our emotional space is just as important as caring for our physical health. When you walk into a room that feels calm, clean, and open, your mind reflects that same serenity. The absence of clutter makes space for calm thoughts, restful sleep, and creative inspiration. I often say that a peaceful home creates a peaceful mind, and that's a gift we all deserve in our later years. One of my friends once told me that she couldn't bear to part with her late husband's shirts, even years after he passed. Instead of forcing herself to give them away, she turned a few of them into a memory quilt. Every square held a story, a fishing trip, a holiday, a walk through the park. Now she wraps herself in those memories on cool evenings, smiling as she feels his warmth once again. That's what it means to handle sentimental items with care, not through detachment, but through transformation. Ultimately, learning how to handle sentimental items with care teaches us about gratitude and impermanence. We come to see that everything. Thanks for watching. I hope you find comfort and courage as you walk this gentle path toward simplicity. Your memories will always be part of you, but your space, your heart, and your spirit deserve the freedom to breathe, to grow, and to shine once more.